200 retro games for 15 quid? I'm in. What does 15 quid get you these days? A couple of pints, or a pint if you're in London. Few games on eBay for old computers. A signed photo of Nicholas Bond Owen. It also gets you this. The Retro Mini Controller. Sorry, we are on camera phone today. I saw this in Southampton when Christmas shopping. And I know what you're already thinking with its 200 built-in games for £15. Yes, it's probably one of those Nest things on a chip. And Chinny, why are you bothering to review this? Because it's all over eBay, these kind of things, and on Alibaba, probably for about £5 each. And I thought, well, yeah, but this is stuff actually at retail. I saw people browsing these along with Megadrive minis and all sorts of things. So I think it's valid for anyone thinking of buying one of these to actually have a look at what it is. Because, okay, those games do look like NES games, potentially. I'm not a NES expert, so I don't know. The Retro Mini 200-in-1 game system comes with 200 built-in games, which I assume are all licensed. Requires no expensive game consoles and connects to any TV with AV inputs. Enjoy hours of fun gaming just about anywhere. Includes Retro Mini controller, AV cable and user manual. Combat, sports, racing, action, puzzles, and more. And much more. When people say much more, they mean no more, or one thing more. As that's £15, we have a Ashen Sad Onion, not for under 3-year-olds, choking hazard. Children will choke on this. And it's got Wii stuff on it. It's made by red5.com. I say red5.com. Red5.com, go on Alibaba and buy a crate of these and then stick them in boxes in the UK, don't they? I strongly suspect. 200 built-in games and imagine this control. It rattles around. Right, let's see what we've got inside. Let's see what you have inside with this quality security seal. Anything we got to pen through there or something. Right, come on, let's get in there. What do we have inside? Oh, it's small. Oh, well, yeah. What we Oh, Jeremy Beadle, if you're watching this, which you're not because you're dead. Oh, God. Oh, God, it's tiny. Well, this certainly wasn't the disappointment I was expecting. Imported by... Oh, I hurt now. I hurt. Imported by the Source Limited RH41XA, the UK's premier retro comedy store. Watch out, Beatles about. Watch out, Beatles about. Oh dear, right, so yeah, we have an on-off switch. Yeah, reset switch, a start switch, A, B, a button, B button, a little joystick, so you can control it. Playtime will vary depending on the brand of batteries used. For example, well-known battery bands tend to offer longer battery life and playtime. Well, that's pretty obvious. Got your AV out on the back. I don't know what that little hole's for. We've got one of those crappy... Oh, look. See, they couldn't even bother to give you an AV splitter for the audio. So all your audio is going to come out one channel, you cheapskates. Cable length looks fairly generous. though. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah. How long we got there? How long's that? That's about 2 meters, probably. No, well, it's about 6 foot, I think. It's about 2 meters for that, so you can get far enough away with your one speaker. What does the manual have to say? Congratulations, Jeremy. Your game console includes retro play, console, and user guide. Okay. Turn off when not in use. Mini screwdriver. 3 AAA batteries needed. Battery warning. Leakage of batteries to avoid battery. We've got a whole page on battery leakage. And stuff about... So basically stuff about interference and not much else. They've got a US and Canada helpline and an international helpline made by Dream Gear. Dream Gear is making the eco-friendly choice to have all products registered online. Dream Gear is making the eco-friendly choice to have all products registered online. This saves printing of physical paper registration cards. All the information you need to register your recent Dream Gear purchase is available at dreamgearpurchaseregistration.com. I'm really going to put in a... Yeah, 15 quid. Oh, this is quite something. Yeah, so that's what you got. No details. I'd expect there'd be kind of paperwork about what licensing they've got for the games, because you'd have to have that, wouldn't you? You know, but we don't know what's on here yet. So let's plug it into... I wonder if we can find a very small TV. Oh dear. Right, I need 3 AA batteries. Right, to the Chinny Batteryotron. So we're going to start the device up, plugged into the composite connector, and we get a menu with lots and lots of games that I don't think... Well, yeah, a submarine, move box, video poker, apple chess, Toad in the Hole, checkers, volleyball, archery, yeah, well, these aren't games I've heard of before. Tunny, billiard, airway. But there's no repetition so far, unless they've done something cunning and used different names or got lots of different variants of the same game on here or something. We will see. We'll go through a random selection of these, or rather random in terms of games that catch my eye. And the A and B buttons actually let you skip through faster, so you're going to presume you had to press start to start the game. Let's start at number 1, F-22. Oh, okay. It's like a 1942 Gemini wing type shoot 'em up. Yeah, so far so good. What's that there? It's a power-up. Got power-ups. I'm suspecting this is possibly one of those Nintendo 200-in-1 cartridges you could buy from China that's ended up in lots and lots of different devices. I thought there might be some official games on here, but I don't, looking for those names, I can't see anything that looks familiar. I did show the menu to Stuart Ashen, who's an expert on these things, and he said it's probably a generic 200-in-1 NES cartridge, and the game names looked familiar, so I'm guessing you could find these in many devices from the Far East. But hey, we bought this one from a shop, and it's running at 50 Hz, by the way, not 60 Hz. So that's good from a UK point of view. Hit reset. Let's try down the game. Some kind of racing game. You can shoot. A bit like Road Blasters or Spy Hunter. Oh. Reminds me of F1 Spirit on the MSX. Same kind of... You get a lot of Japanese games that have these top-down views for racers. Yeah, it's kind of like Spy Hunter. Not going to hang around, go through another game. Vanguard? Magic Johnny. Let's try Magic Johnny. Magic Joni. Is it Magic Johnny? Because nutrition's sucked by the huge monsters. Okay. I've got to defeat the monster with my magic flower. Looking a bit like Rodland, isn't it? And the controls on this joystick aren't wonderful. My hands are really starting to ache, and diagonals are very difficult. And the controls in this game don't work particularly well. The controls keep jamming up. Right, so that's my giant flower that eats the bad guys. There you go, my flower's eating the bad guys. I've got 100 points and a clock. Yeah. The clock pauses the bad guys. But the controls are horrible. I'm not sure if it's the actual joystick here or just the game itself. Oh, I'm died. Reset. So much tat, so little time. I want to play Police Dog Lazy Lassie. Oh, look at the little doggy. Police Dog Lassie. Start. Stage 1. What can this possibly be? There's no instructions. Why is there a man in green? He's burying his swag and his guns and his cigarettes. No pause, and I can't skip this. So what am I got to do? Why is he burying a poo? Right, so here I come, I'm the dog. What do I have to do? Sniff out? Oh, I get it. I've got to sniff out where all the bad things are. Oh, I found one thing. And my time is represented by a bone, and I have 3 knives. Level 1 of 6, found the gun. It's not difficult, you just keep on walking around pressing fire, and eventually you get there. Another gun. Bag of drugs! Victory! Victory is mine! Stage 2. Yeah. I mean, if you couldn't... You can get away with just keep pressing fire. Through Man. What can possibly Through Man be? Oh, it's like Superman with a jetpack and he shoots things. Quite jolly. Yeah. Uttermost Warfare. Go to the Y star. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are they supposed to be coming at me? Because this effect really isn't working. It's supposed to be like Space Harrier scaling, but it doesn't work at all. It looks like they are all beneath, everything's beneath you. But you can shoot, yeah. Right, what on earth is this? I see, it's WhackAMole. It's a WhackAMole game. Like you used to see it outside the arcades. Do you see those anymore? They all seem to be good fun, they did. I was always quite good at it. This, however, with these controls is awful. Memory test. Presume it tests the memory. No, it's a symbols matching game. Match the symbols. This is like a game I had done for a website in 2000. X-Racing. X-Racing. Top down. Same engine as the other game, I assume. Oh, we're speeding up. What's the controls? Okay, no instructions on what you're actually supposed to be doing, so... Well, if you go behind the cars, they move towards you. Yorkshire Television logo in the middle of the screen there. You go behind them, they deliberately swerve in front of you. What? Hoodle. Hoodle, not Hoddle, Hoodle. But it's pinball. Okay. Question is, how fast is this going to go? Is it going to be like a real pinball game?
yeah, lacks a certain urgency, doesn't it? Like Konami penguins on the screen there. I wonder how many of these games are hacks of official or officially released games and how many of these have been written from scratch. I know absolutely nothing about the NES. I assume... Well, I know this is a 201 cartridge for the NES. Cobra of the Sky, is that Sylvester Stallone and Bridget Nielsen in the sky? Hope so. Big pause. No. Right, what are we doing here? We've got a runway. B9F6D00. Oh, it's a bit like, Personian? Possibly? 8-way scrolling on a joystick that doesn't really like doing 8-way motion. Tell you what, I don't know how the speed compares to the real thing, that's the thing. It seems to shift things around. Oh. Rick Viper. Oh, joy. Oh, joy. I wonder how many of these games I don't know nothing about are actually rip-offs of real games. It's a Gradius rip-off. Oh, Konami, have your lawyers seen this? Because, I mean, calling it a Vic Viper, I mean, he copied... Is that a copy of the... Oh, I wonder if they've nicked sprites from the... Is there a NES version of Gradius? I've got no idea. People get very upset when I know nothing about the NES, and I love it. Oh, this is... You know what? This isn't bad. Frantic Mouse. It's a jumping game, right? It's jump between the clouds. Jump, mouse, jump. No! Come on, we're going to do it. Frantic mouse, he's a frantic mouse. Bit slow. Yay! Yay! Oh, yay! Yay! Oh, fallen to my death. Game over. That's about as exciting as that game got. Right. Rural Goblin. This grabbed my attention. Press start button. What's this? Right. Counters are going up and my controls do nothing. And that's a problem with when you have games with no instructions. Nothing seems to be happening apart from a rural goblin. Oh no, hang on. But what happened then? I think it's a WhackAMole game, but I'm missing sprites. Man in red. I've heard of Kate Bush's red shoes, but man in red? So the man in red shoots flying saucers with his gun. Yeah. Limited appeal for 5 minutes or less. Level 2! You've got unlimited ammo, so just keep on shooting. I was hoping it'd be a Contra rip-off or Green Beret, but no. Mowing! Oh! Jeff Minter, eat your heart out. Oh, this looks quite nice! Oh, it's like Hover Bother meets Advanced Lawnmower Simulator. Oh, the tunes are really annoying though. Oh, I've got a little thing coming out the back of my mirror. Now I'll go really fast. There's a dog. I think he seems to patrol the same area. Right, level 1 complete. Come on, yay, level 1 complete. Let's go and do another lawn. Yeah, it's looks quite nice. There's not a lot to it once you start to play it though, unlike Hover Bother where the dog actually comes after you. You've got to manage different enemies. Nutcracky, save the princess. Right, what can this be? Right, which one am I? I'm the little man there. Right, how do I save the princess? Walk to water? Oh, no. Well, I didn't actually touch the bad guy there, but that doesn't seem to matter. Oh, no. I'm dead. Again. Okay, off we go. Right, I've got to fool those mice, elephant men. And I've got to get the princess. Hammer nail. Right, so there's right, so do I have to use the hammer to hit the nails which jump around randomly into the holes. This is like if a North Korea made a computer game. There'd be some kind of allegory to this about the evil capitalists who want to knock you into a hole or something. This is dull. Violent. What better name for a computer game? Oh, God, this is the greatest game, but with bikes. Oh, and I've heard that. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh. So time to have a look inside and see what powers this thing. I put 3 AA batteries in, which you can see that run the device. Take those out and they can pop out 4 more screws and the board is underneath. And it's a single chip solution there. And I've looked that chip up online. I can't see details. It must be a generic chip that... It's got to do everything really, hasn't it? It's got to do the input-output, hold all the ROMs, hold the emulation, do all the controllers, and then put out some kind of video signal and act as a video generator. Turn the board over, there's a few diodes and resistors and little bits and pieces on there, very tiny things. Presumably a lot of that's going to be just regulating power and sorting the final stage of the video signal out. And that's all there is. It's a rather elegant solution. You can't but be impressed that they've put a board together this small and this tiny and put it inside this case. So the Jeremy Beadle Game System 200 in 1. Yes, it's tiny. It's not just tiny, it's beyond tiny, and it does hurt your hands a little bit when you start to play with it because it is so small. That said, that little stick is sturdier than I thought it would be, and the buttons are actually okay to use, although the top of the unit is a sticker, and that's already starting to mark. The games, well, there's 200 of them, and there really are 200 of them. It's not like some of these cartridges you buy where you get to game 50 and they start to repeat. But as you've seen, some of those games are just reskin versions of the same game that's already on the cartridge. It's the Gradius game, but with bikes, for example. And there's repetition on the music and various different things as well. But some of those games are actually fun for a few minutes. I'm not saying there's any long-term gameplay in there, but you could while away a few hours with some chums going through these bizarre games. And you know what? I'm just playing this. I think the ideal people for this are Nikki and Bunty for one of their streams because they love playing unusual and weird, awful games. And not all these games are absolutely awful, but I think they'll enjoy this for their stream. So check them out. Link below. They're on Twitch these days because I'm going to send this console to them to test out and play on their stream. For me, it's been interesting. I've not played many of these 201 NES cartridges. If you've played this kind of thing before, you're going to find it pretty dull. For the £15 you pay, you're going to get that amount of entertainment out of it, but it's really nothing special. And if you've played these kind of games before on handhelds or whatever from AliExpress or wherever, you're not going to find anything new. But one thing I can say is this device has given me the biggest retro game laugh of the year.